What is going on, sports fans, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is absolutely insane right now, and we've got the inside scoop on all the biggest stories that you cannot afford to miss. From the gridiron to the diamond, we're diving deep into the matchups that have everyone talking and the moves that are shaking up the league. Get ready for some serious insights because the action is heating up, and we're here to break it all down for you. Stick around, you do not want to miss this. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading to the NFL where a familiar face is making waves, and it looks like he's walking a path eerily similar to a rising star. We're talking about interceptions, big plays, and a whole lot of pressure as two quarterbacks find themselves in surprisingly comparable situations. Then, we're shifting our focus back to that same veteran QB as he gears up to face his former team. The emotions, the history, the sheer anticipation. This is more than just a game, it's a reunion that promises fireworks and a deep dive into what this matchup truly means for his legacy. But wait, there's more. We're staying with the quarterback narrative, but this time it's a direct, unfiltered take from the man himself on facing the team that drafted him. Get ready for some honest words and a look at the personal stakes involved when past and present collide. And finally, we're changing gears to a different kind of sports talk, touching on some fascinating, off-the-field discussions and even a surprising health update that's got people buzzing. Plus, we've got trivia, big bets, and a collector's item that's making headlines. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from the Roger Report. Let's go. Gridiron mirror, interception parallels emerge. This season's NFL landscape is drawing fascinating comparisons between veteran quarterback Aaron Rodgers and rising star Jordan Love, particularly concerning their turnover statistics. As the new season dawns, both signal callers find themselves in remarkably similar statistical territory, especially when it comes to interceptions, a critical metric that often dictates game outcomes and season trajectories. Love, who spent his initial 2 NFL seasons learning from Rodgers as a backup with the Green Bay Packers, is now seeing his play style and 2024 season statistics closely mirror those of his former mentor. While Rodgers played 2 more games than Love in 2024, he accumulated only 508 more passing yards, posting 3,897 yards compared to Love's 3,389. On a per-game basis, their averages were nearly identical, with Rodgers averaging 229.2 passing yards and Love averaging 225.9. The most striking similarity, however, lies in their interception numbers. Both quarterbacks threw exactly 11 interceptions last season. Rodgers' interceptions often came at pivotal moments, including pick sixes against the Minnesota Vikings and Seattle Seahawks, and crucial late-game interceptions that sealed defeats against the Vikings and Buffalo Bills. Conversely, Love's turnovers, while concerning, did not entirely derail the Packers' season. He threw an interception in 8 consecutive games from weeks 1 and 4-10, yet Green Bay managed a respectable 5-3 record during that stretch. He then followed this with a 7-game streak without an interception to conclude the regular season, only to throw 3 against the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC wildcard round, highlighting the high-stakes nature of playoff football. The broader NFL context reveals that 17 quarterbacks threw 10 or more interceptions in 2024. Anthony Richardson, despite only 11 starts, tossed 12 interceptions, and had he not been benched, could have led the league. Geno Smith finished third with 15 interceptions, while Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins tied for the league lead with 16. On the other end of the spectrum, Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson threw the fewest interceptions among quarterbacks with at least 10 starts, with 3 and 4, respectively. Despite their regular season ball security, both ultimately committed costly turnovers that contributed to their team's postseason exits. This underscores the paramount importance of protecting the football, especially in the critical playoff months. Whether Love and Rodgers have learned from their past mistakes will be tested throughout the upcoming season, with the playoffs serving as the ultimate proving ground. Prepare for a deep dive into how these similar paths might impact their team's futures. Next, we'll explore what happens when a veteran quarterback faces his old stomping grounds. Rodgers eyes Pittsburgh showdown with Green Bay. At 41 years old, veteran quarterback Aaron Rodgers is embarking on a new chapter in his illustrious NFL career, leading the Pittsburgh Steelers. His transition from the Green Bay Packers, where he spent 18 seasons, to the Steelers marks a significant shift, and one particular matchup looms large, facing his former team. Rodgers, a former Super Bowl champion, has expressed his commitment to delivering his best performance for his new squad, aiming for a strong campaign. The reunion with the Packers, the franchise that gave him his professional start and was his home for over 15 years, is undeniably one of the most anticipated games of the upcoming season. Rodgers recently sat down with Sports Illustrated to reflect on his career and his extensive history with the Green Bay Packers, sharing insights into his time in Wisconsin, former teammates, and the defining moments of his tenure. "Obviously, I know Matt LaFleur, and I know a lot of the guys over there, so it'll be fun to see them. Rich by Saxia, I still have a lot of friends that I talk to over there," Rodgers commented. He added, "But I think it would be more of a charge if we were playing at Lambeau this year." When discussing the upcoming Steelers-Packers game, Rodgers characterized it as just another game, while acknowledging the external energy surrounding it. "Obviously, there's energy around it kind of outside of yourself, but it doesn't make or break your career. It'll be fun to beat them for sure, because I would have beaten every team and because you're trying to win all your games. Either way, it'll be good to see so many people." He also drew a comparison between Green Bay and his new city, Pittsburgh, noting, "Pittsburgh's bigger, but just the whole layout, and I'm driving to work through different little towns. Small town feel even though it's a big city. Great organization, history of excellence, stability at leadership positions. Pretty cool." The Steelers are preparing for their Week 1 opener against the Detroit Lions, with Rodgers expected to start, making his debut for Pittsburgh a highly anticipated event. But what are his most candid thoughts on the Green Bay reunion? We'll hear Rodgers' direct words on facing his former team next. Rodgers reflects on facing former team Green Bay. The upcoming 2025 NFL season is set to feature a highly anticipated Week 8 matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers, marking Aaron Rodgers' first game against his former team since his trade to the New York Jets. Rodgers, a player whose legacy is indelibly linked to the Packers, has an opportunity to achieve a career milestone by defeating every NFL team. In an exclusive interview with Bill Huber of Green Bay Packers on SI, Rodgers offered his candid thoughts on the impending reunion. "It is just another game," Rodgers stated, while acknowledging the surrounding buzz. "Obviously, there's energy around it kind of outside of yourself, but it doesn't make or break your career. It'll be fun to beat them, for sure, because I would have beaten every team and because you're trying to win all your games. Either way, it'll be good to see so many people." He further elaborated on the personal connections he's looking forward to, expressing particular excitement about reconnecting with longtime team personnel. "Some of the people I'm most excited to see, honestly, are the guys who were with me all 18 years, mostly training room guys, equipment staff guys. It'll be fun to see some of those guys. That'll be exciting." Rodgers has openly indicated that the 2025 season might be his last in the NFL, aiming to conclude his career at the pinnacle of success. His move to Pittsburgh positions him to contend for a Super Bowl, bolstered by the Steelers' aggressive offseason moves. Beyond signing Rodgers, Pittsburgh acquired star wide receiver DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks and made a significant trade with the Miami Dolphins for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. Consequently, fans will be scrutinizing Rodgers' performance even more closely this season. If this is indeed his final year, the game against the Packers represents his sole opportunity to face his old team and go head-to-head with his successor, Jordan Love. From quarterback rivalries to off-the-field chatter, we've got it all covered. Stay tuned for a whirlwind of sports talk, including some surprising personal updates. Sports Talk and Personal Updates Roundup. In a recent episode of Covino and Rich, the dynamic duo delved into a variety of trending sports topics, kicking off with a robust debate surrounding Shedeur Sanders. The conversation then shifted to the ongoing MLB divisional races, offering insights into the competitive landscape of professional baseball. Particularly intriguing segment focused on Aaron Rodgers and his notable stance against using Bluetooth technology, sparking discussion about personal preferences and technological habits among athletes. Adding a personal health note, Covino shared a peculiar experience, questioning if he had contracted COVID, a symptom that has garnered attention. The show also featured another successful round of Iron Mike trivia, crowning a new champion and highlighting the show's engaging trivia segment. Rich posed a specific question regarding the NL West Division, inviting listener participation and analysis. The hosts also touched upon their wager involving the Yankees and Mets, adding a layer of friendly competition to their sports commentary. To cap off the diverse discussion, the segment highlighted Mr. Wonderful making a significant acquisition, a one-of-a-kind card valued at over $12 million, showcasing the high-stakes world of sports memorabilia collecting. That's a wrap on our top stories for today. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And that's a wrap on today's biggest stories. We saw incredible quarterback parallels emerge, a veteran QB prepare for a reunion with his former team, candid thoughts on facing old rivals, and a fun mix of sports talk and personal updates. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Rodger Report for all your essential sports news, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Comment below with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all our social channels for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.